Welcome to this exciting journey of social media management. You know, I am glad to be the one to introduce you into this world of social media management. I'm going to give you a very strong background knowledge around social media management that after this you are going to be proud to launch yourself or to start your career as a social media manager. Before I start, I want to give you a very small tip of how I started. When I had the desire to start my career as a social media manager, I look out for places to take classes. I basically did online class just as the one you are doing one now to start up with. From that, I keep learning, then I start applying for internship position. That is where I started, and I will tell you that today I am very happy that I started the journey as a social media manager. Social media management is one skill that is in need in this time because all businesses, all brand, every person, everybody is online. Online has been an integral part of people's life. That is why professionals like social media managers are now needed in a larger way instead of the other way around. So before we proceed, let me define some concept of social media management so that when I use such words, you will be able to understand what I actually mean. We will talk about social media management, social media managers, and also the roles of social media manager. From there, we can pick it down to other concepts. Now, what is social media? Social media are online platforms that allow their users to create profile, to post updates, to post text, post videos, post photos, name it, and an avenue to interact with each other and build a community. Social media management, due to that it has become part of people's way of life, it has evolved over time, and that is why every social media manager tend to involve with social media so that they will know the trend at any given time. Now, what is social media management? Social media management is the strategic process. Listen to the keywords. We are going to explain it later further in this as the case of this study. Social media management is the strategic process of creating, publishing, analyzing, and managing social media platforms for brands for different accounts depending on the one you are managing. Now, listen carefully to the keywords. Strategic. It is a strategic process. Creating, publishing, analyzing, and managing of social media accounts for different brands. This brings us down to the roles of a social media manager. A social media manager is now the professional, the person that has the responsibility of doing this strategic process of creating content, of posting or publishing content, of analyzing the result, of managing the account of a brand. Hope you can understand it. Now, let's define these keywords for better understanding. We talk about strategic process. It is strategic because social media is not just coming to post. You don't just, as a social media manager, you don't just come to post. Before you post, you make a strategic plan. This is done while building your content calendar. This one is going to be a course of its own because it's very broad, so we are going to discuss it separately. So you have to strategically understand why each content is going out. Why this strategic process come before creating content is, in this strategic way of creating content, you first have to find out the objective of that content you want to create. What does the company you are managing, what does they want to achieve at that given time? Is it brand awareness? Is this product they are bringing, introduction of a new product to the market? Is it to make sales? What is it that is the objective of the organization, of the brand that you are managing at that time? That forms your strategic process you are going to use. That forms your content objective at that time. With that content objective, you are now going to create content around the content objective. After creating this content, then you now publish the content. You can publish either by scheduling in the platform. For instance, in Facebook you can schedule, Instagram you can schedule, in most of these platforms. Then you can also use scheduling tools, like you can use Meta Business Suite, you can use Metrico. I've used it in one of the businesses I managed. You can use USuite, is another scheduling tools. You can also use Buffer, is another scheduling tools. With time you will learn all these tools. This is a way of publishing your content. Then you come to analyzing your results. Each day, each week, each month, a social media manager should be able to analyze the result of each content that she or he posted. Now, this analyzing of results, which is always seen in your insights, will help you to determine the kind of content to create henceforth. It will help you to know how each content performed. And when you know how each content performed, you will be able to know the kind of content to publish henceforth, because you will be able to dictate the exact type of content that your audience or your followers likes, and with that you'll be able to create content that resonates with them. And finally, a social media manager responsibility also is to manage the account generally. When you talk about managing accounts generally, you have to talk of building a community. The likes, the comments, responding to comments, responding to messages, building community within the comment section, making people long to come back because of the kind of answer you give them. It is also the role of a social media manager. In this management, you also try to prioritize things that are important to the brand, that your audience will be able to follow suit, because you create a brand voice, you create a content that the audience, that whenever they see this particular content, they will say is for this particular skincare brand, is for this particular kind of brand, is for these people, is for these people, because you have made a particular voice that they used to hear. There is maybe a kind of one statement, a kind of one word, something that brand should be known for. You have created it, a mental picture for them, that whenever they see this kind of thing, they will know that it's this particular brand that has it. It is also the role of the social media manager, and this is seen in the tone of voice of your content. The way your content appears tells people that this is the person that wrote this particular thing. And that's what a social media manager does for brands. It helps them to get that unique voice, that whoever that sees that content will know that this is the content from so brand. So you will ask yourself, what then is the benefit of this social media management to the brand? Why should they hire a social media manager? They are hiring a social media manager because a social media manager is like a voice that is inside speaking through the brand. A social media manager of any brand is not seen. They are not always the people that come out for the audience to see, but they are the people under building the brand through their research, the content they create, the graphics they make, the videos they create. They are the ones that is under the voice of the brand. Why the brand ambassador is the one the people are seeing outside. So it is very important in every organization. The ones I've worked with, for instance, we have what we call the content team. In this content team, we have the graphic designer, you have the video maker or videographer or video editor, as the case may be. We have the content creators, and we have the social media managers. So these people come together to create that particular content you see online. As a social media manager, I do my research and create content and give it out for the graphic designer to design and the graphic or the video editor to create video that is related to the content that I've made. And this thing will come together and come back to the table of a social media manager. Then the social media manager is the one responsible for to schedule it or to post it online, then continue with the work of engagement. That is how it works. So it is a social media manager is a part of a content team in an organization, because the social media manager works hand in hand with other content individuals in order to publish content at the end of the day. So social media managers are very essential and very important in every brand, because they help the brand to create their awareness online. Yes, it is the social media manager that creates awareness content that is being put in online, that people will be able to know that this brand is existing. They help the brand also to generate leads. Yes, for instance, if it's a product selling brand, the content a social media manager creates will help the brand to make sales also, and to generate the names or the people that are potential customers to the brand. Social media managers help the brand also to remain consistent, because any brand that has social media manager doesn't lack content, because there are people that is responsible for creating day-to-day content that they need every now and then, so they don't lack content. In other words, it helps the brand to remain consistent. And you know, consistency is the key in every social media platform, be it Facebook, be it LinkedIn, be it Instagram, be it TikTok, be it Twitter, name them. Consistency is the key. With this, you will know that the role of social media manager in every brand is not negotiable. It cannot be emphasized. So this is to tell you that you watching this is very important to a brand that you are going to work with. That is why I'm urging you to pick up yourself, relax, and understand this course very well. This background knowledge is going to help you to stand firm when you start your journey as a social media manager. Thanks for watching.